Welcome to week 18 on the Pacific Crest Trail. The week kicks off with some tough climbs, and I fell so many times I looked like I'd been tangled up with an angry house cat. At one point I toppled onto my hiking pole and winded myself on impact. I guess clumsiness isn't something that goes away, even after 18 weeks of walking. The strap on Rob's backpack snapped today, which was not ideal. Honestly not shocking, considering the man carries half a grocery store on his back. He stitched and taped it together and we crossed our fingers that it would survive until Ashland. The next morning we woke at 5 a.m, packed up quickly and set off buzzing for the day. The best part was seeing Mount Shasta peeking out above the clouds as we approached the Oregon border. It felt surreal. I listened to Hotel California for the final stretch and replayed every high and low of our months in the state. When we finally crossed into Oregon, I felt this rush of excitement. A new state, a fresh chapter. I had learned so much about myself while walking through California, and I was excited to see what I'd find out in Oregon. The high didn't last long into the night though. A bear spent a couple of hours wandering around our tent at 2 a.m. It didn't bother us at all, but the snapping of fallen tree trunks, heavy footsteps and breathing were not relaxing. I unzipped my door and spooked the bear, so it thankfully bounded up a hill. Later that day, we hitched into Ashland and collapsed into our motel room. And then came one of those mornings that make the early alarm worth it. I was listening to Colours of the Wind, while the early light slipped between the trees, and a small group of deer watched us with that curious, slightly judgmental deer expression. I saw a tiny fawn take what must have been its first wobbly steps, birds competing for who could sing the loudest, and laughed at all the little quotes hikers scribbled on PCT signs. This trail can be brutal. It's exhausting. It pushes every button you have. But these pockets of pure, unexpected beauty are the reason we're out here. They're the reason it's so hard to explain to someone how it feels to be here. It's magic. See you next week.